Push to talk. ADD news. Your playlist is chat. Effects. Button. Select chat. Plays effect. Edit effect. Push to talk. Edit. 0. Beat 1. Button. Zip. Plays effect. Button. 0. Beat 1. Button.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the lounge. Glad to be here once again, and I hope that everybody is doing well. Now, I know some of you on YouTube saying, "Where's the face? Where's the video?" I promise you, things are going to get back on track. I promise. But I wanted to do this podcast tonight because I think that it's something that a lot of people go through, and I just want to be able to give that, bit of motivation, if you call it, something to kind of inspire those that might be going through these situations. Now, I know this is a very sensitive topic. I know that. But I also know that some of you also really enjoy listening to me when I talk about different things that, could go on. So, we're going to talk about it. And I would like to just state that, just so people know, that when I talk about it, when I talk about something, it's because I have experienced or I have came across situations in my own life to be able to even speak about it. Now, the one thing that I want to say, because some people out there might say, no, that's not true. But I say yes. And that is this, my friends. Anyone, I don't care who you are, I don't care where you're from, I don't care about color, I don't care about gender. I don't care about who has money, who doesn't, who has something better. Everybody and anybody can change, my friends. And for anybody to say that I'm wrong, then I think maybe you need to go lay back down in your bed and get up on the right side of the bed, because you are the one that's wrong. And that's a fact. So, I hope that those that might be going through this will listen. I hope that this will get your attention, because that is my ultimate goal. I don't just do the podcast to just put one out there and say, well, I hope someone listens to it. I do the podcast because I want those that are, that are seeking help, or that are seeking advice, or that just need to hear it. That's what I want. And for some of you, I hope that this puts fear in your soul. I hope that it scares you. I hope that it wakes you up. I hope that it makes you acknowledge the reality of life. The reality of your life. So that is what we're going to do tonight, my friends. And I ask you, for those of you out there that can appreciate and respect these kind of podcasts, I'm asking you to please share this on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever you can put it. Wherever you can put it. Guys, this will be a longer podcast. Okay? Don't just close it. If you're tired of listening, then pause it. Come back later and listen again. Okay? I think that all of us understand the reality when we see others that might be in our life that are going through the same exact situation. So, if you know someone going through this, reach out and try to help them. There is a point to where they are almost disabling their own ability to help themselves. And sometimes it takes us to reach out. Don't let them fall without trying. At least try. At least try, my friends. And I say that because I mean it. I am on a mission myself. I know some people. And I'm going to reach out and do what I can. But you also need to remember this. That if you feel like you're not being successful at helping that person, do not beat yourself up. Because you also need to remember that you can only do so much. And if that doesn't work, and you realize it's out of your hands, don't hate yourself for it. But pray. Pray for that person. So now I'm going to speak directly to those of you. And before I do, another quick note. If you know someone going through any type of situation like this, make them listen to this. Make them listen. Tell them to listen. Tell them, you want them to do you a favor and you want them to listen. And some of you might be listening now because of that. And I hope so. You know, I remember when I was a teenager, growing up, it was, I've talked about my past. I've talked about the rough things I've been through. Most of you know this. And I thought that the worst thing ever, of course back then I thought it was the coolest thing ever, was marijuana. I thought, yeah, I am the coolest teenager ever. I'm smoking my pot with my buddies, hanging out, being so cool. Right? That was the thing back then. That was the worst thing back then. That was something that was, when you seen cases, it was big amounts of it. People being busted for getting caught with pounds of it and, stuff. Now, I'm not saying that other drugs did not exist, but they definitely wasn't the big thing. Right? I'm talking back in the 80s and 90s, 80s, early 90s, something like that. I don't know. I'm not that old, but I talk like I am, right? Anyways. Thought it was the coolest thing ever until I stopped doing it. And I did the drinking too. Had to fit in, had to be cool, had to drink a little bit, get drunk, have some hangovers, puke my brains out, smoke a little more chronic. But then something happened. Something happened. Reality happened, my friend. Reality. And I knew back then if I didn't change what I was doing, where it was going to take me. Now, do I stand here today and I mock down on people that smoke pot? No, absolutely not. Because it's the least and the most non-lethal drug that there is on the market. I would tell you to, if you're doing these harder drugs, to throw it away, go back to smoking your pot. Hell, get caught smoking pot over top of all these other harsh drugs. Yeah, sure. Pot might still be illegal in certain states and stuff, but it's not going to destroy your life like the stuff is that you're doing beyond that. I'm talking to those of you out there that are shooting up, snorting, doing meth. Some of you are at the stage right now where you don't even realize what you're doing to yourself. And I don't think that it takes people hating on those that are going through these situations. So those of you that are judgmental on those that are on drugs like that, it doesn't solve the problem for you to hate and for you to look down upon them and hate down on them. It doesn't solve anything but make it worse. That only encourages them to do more because they feel that they have no one. They feel alone. They feel lost. Maybe no family. Maybe they feel like they have no real friends. But let me remind you that the friends that you do have right now are your friend because of what you're doing. Because if it was a real friend, if it was a true friend, they would ask you what you're doing. And for you to stop and look at what you're doing to your life. Take a minute to go and check yourself out in the mirror. And you tell me that you're satisfied with that. Take a look at what you're doing to your body. And you tell me that that's the life you want to continue to live. I know it's not. But I also believe that you can change. I believe that you can change your life for the better. But it's going to take willpower. It's going to take encouragement. It's going to take mindset. And it's going to take responsibility before you can begin to earn the goodness of life. Where the grass is green, my friends. Your life is never going to get better until you realize things yourself. How many of you, and I'm speaking to those of you that are going through the addiction problem right now. How many of you realize what you're doing to your body? I mean, do you really realize it? Do you really know what you're doing to yourself? I do. Because I see it all the time. And the most that I want to see is those of you that are trying. You're really trying. And I don't mean just saying you're trying when you're really not. I mean you're really trying. Look, nobody's perfect. We all know that. But I believe in you. I believe that you can help yourself. And when you don't feel like you can, don't be scared to ask for help. You've got loved ones that love you. You got family that loves you. You got friends that love you. You got a spouse that loves you. You've got people that love you. And you've gotta ask to receive. Because if you don't ask, then people doesn't even realize that you're wanting to help yourself. it really troubles me and saddens me to see anyone at all, in general, that's on it. But especially when they're people that are close to you, that you love so much. And you say, what can I do? You have to confront them. And you have to let them know how what they're doing does matter to you. Because you'll be amazed by how much of a difference that could make. You'll be amazed by how much respect that you could get by just telling him or her, listen, I care about you, man. You're destroying yourself. Please let me help you. Let me take you somewhere where you can get the help that you need. I don't expect that this is something that someone can just say, it can be cured in a day. Absolutely not. It's a long process. But that process is only longer whenever you're not even trying. It's when you're teeter-tottering with your life. Because the more you do it, the higher your chances are going to bed. Even if you realize you're going to bed and not waking up. Or walking down the street. Even if you realize you're walking down the street. Even if you realize where you're even at. Even if you know the people that are around you. Because you're so zoned out. Right? You drop. Game over. It happens every single day. And is that really where you want to go? Is that the life that you are proud of? Don't you want to make people happy? Don't you want to make yourself happy, most importantly? Don't you want to get back your integrity? Your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your self-belief? There are people that love you as you are doing this to yourself. And when you take it upon and decide that's what you're going to do, don't you think that's also a little disrespectful? Because of all them people that care about you and you're not even trying to do better for yourself. Listen, you can do better for yourself. I believe in you. And I believe that if you build up the confidence in your mind, that is where it starts. Okay? That is where it begins. It begins with you wanting to change your life. Are you ready? Are you ready? Take a second. Just stop a second. Whatever you're doing as you're listening, just stop a second and close your eyes for me. Just close your eyes. And I want you to picture something for me. I'm going to draw a picture for you, and I want you to look at it in your own perspective. So wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, stop everything. Turn off the music. If you're in a room with a bunch of people talking, go to another room. Wherever you are, just stop. Sit down Close your eyes and think about this. When we was born and our mothers gave birth to us, that was when God decided to give you a life. That's when God said, I've got plans for you. Now, I'm not going to start preaching, so keep your eyes shut. That's when God said He had plans for you, and that's when your mother or your father mainly your mother brought you into this world. And for the first few years, you're being raised and taken care of and loved and all that stuff. Where there was no responsibility. Now, don't open your eyes. I'm getting to the main point. But just picture it. When you was a little bitty baby. And then you started to grow up. A little kid. You had your friends. And the worst thing you would do is maybe go out and get muddy when your mom and dad said not to, right? Okay? But now here you are, standing. And the condition you are right now, here you are standing. And you've got two choices. And where you're standing, to the right of you, is a dark hole. Cold, damp, dark, and about 6 feet. And you turn and you look at that grave that's been dug for you. And to the left of you, you see another picture. You see yourself changing for the better. You see yourself laughing and smiling and hugging your loved ones, having dinner with friends, going to movies, doing outdoor activities with your friends and family, maybe get married. And in some situations, maybe now you're taking care of your children. You got to remember that too. Keep them eyes shut. Keep them shut. Those of you that are going through this right now and you feel lost. And for those of you that have kids, I have a message for you. So as you're listening to this and your eyes are shut, you're still standing there. To the right is your grave. To the left is your life for the better. And then there's that little boy or little girl. Or boys and girls. And they're looking up at you. Expecting. And waiting. For you to guide them in life. Waiting for you to be with them on their birthdays, to be with them on Christmas, to be with them. And you have to say what's more important. Do I go ahead and keep on doing what I do? Or do I say today's the day when I change for you? My son, my daughter. I believe in every one of you out there that are going through addiction problems. And I believe that you can do for the better. And I believe that you can change your life for the better. Everybody can change for the better. Everybody can have all them wonderful things that they want in life. 15 years ago, I never thought it would be possible. I look at my life as nothing but crap. But today I don't, because I decided what I wanted to do with my life, and I knew I could do better, and I did. And I'm telling you, did I go through an addiction like that? No. But in life in general, I still made that choice. I still stood there in that same spot as you right now, and to the right was that dark, cold, damp hole in the ground. And to the left was the other image of my life of the things I could have. And I chose over 10 years ago, 13, 14 years ago, longer than that, I chose I was going to take the better picture. And I stepped away. You know, some say we do not decide our fate. But they're wrong. We do decide our fate. Right along with as God does too. But I believe that you can do better. I believe in every one of you guys out there that are going through these problems. And I also know what's going to happen if you don't change what you're doing. You'd be amazed with how quick your life can turn around once you take that step. Take it. Take it. And be amazed yourself. Do the best you can in your life. And then you can live the high of life. Instead of letting a liquid or a powder control your life. That's what's happening. You got to realize that. Right now, you are letting that stuff control your life. That is your alarm clock. That is your motivator. That is your mover. And that is your decider. But today you can make a difference with that. Today you can say, no, not no more, you're not. Not no more. Because I want to spend the rest of my life with my family, with my kids, with my friends, with my husband, my wife. With my own prosperity. You can make that decision right now, today, as you listen to this. Keep your eyes closed. Because I want you to really think about it. And I say this to you. When you open your eyes, I want you to have a choice in your mind. Don't ponder on it. Don't think about it. But as soon as you open your eyes, I want you to be ready to tell yourself what you're going to do. And I want you to make the right choice. And I want you to say, you know what? I can do this. I can beat this. I can get the help. I do have the courage to ask somebody to help me if I cannot do it myself. But I'm going to get through this. And you are, my friend. You are. Because I believe in you. I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about all of it. And I want you to remember the one thing that matters the most. And that's you. Out of everything, it's you. And I believe in you. And now it's time for you to do the same. Open your eyes and make that choice. Show the world you got this under control. Guys, there are so many people out there that we love, that we see going through this every day. And the last thing that they need is the ones that are out there hating and bashing and discriminating. They don't need that. They need the ones like me and others that are a part of the lounge that believe in change, that believe in second chances. It's positivity is what keeps people going. You know, if I woke up tomorrow and had a negative attitude, that would change everything in my life. But I don't let the negativity control my life. I'm in control of my life. And I'm not going to let bad things control it. I'm not going to let excuses control it. I'm not going to let the other definition of the easy way out control it. You know, I went for years, for a long time, and life was throwing me all around the place, beating the shit out of me because of me being blind. I didn't feel like I could do anything. And me being blind controlled everything I did. It made me the person I was when I was a teenager. For my entire teenage life was not the teenage life that I really wish I could look back on and say I had a good teenage life. Because I did not. But I don't look behind me. I look ahead of me. I look at what I'm doing right now. And when I get up in the morning, I don't look at what today's going to bring. I look at where it's taken me. I never, ever, ever, ever did I think I would ever be in college. Or that I would ever be in the criminal justice field. Or that I would ever have the mindset that I was going to be a better person and I was going to be able to have more in life instead of just a lousy $700 paycheck a month. I look at 2 years from now where I'm going to be, and I keep on just bashing through my goals. And I set myself with higher standards so that I'll reach the ones that I don't think that I can complete. That's the key, my friend. Don't tell yourself you can't do it. Tell yourself you're going to do it. Set that goal. Ask yourself what you got to do to get beyond it. If you've got to go and admit yourself to rehab, do it. Nobody's going to hate you for that. Don't let your own ignorance and foolishness keep you from doing that. Set your goal. Do one thing at a time if that's what it takes. Don't let your reputation affect you asking somebody to help you. I mean, after all, what is your reputation right now if you're doing all that? It doesn't matter anyways, right? Because right now your reputation, that everybody that doesn't do that looks and says, well, that's just another druggie. So why would you care about your reputation to ask somebody to help you? Ask. ask. Right? And if you ever need just someone to talk to, maybe you've got no one, and you need a shoulder to lean on, I want to make you a promise right here, right now. As I stand here, I promise you that if you need that shoulder, you can reach out to me. And I'll be the one that will listen. I can even be the one that will help. Because I believe in you. And you deserve a good life just like everybody else. And for the haters out there, for the ones that don't believe in, the ones that's users, just don't waste your time. Because they don't want to hear your mouth no more than I want to hear your mouth. I've came across a few YouTubers that don't believe in those that do meth. That they believe that that's all they're ever going to do and their life will never change. And I believe that they're just dumbasses. That more than likely, they've got more going wrong in their life than you do. Right? Guys, I hope this really does help. And I hope no one took this the wrong way, because it's not me putting anyone down. I love everybody. And trust me, I know what it's like if you're living life alone right now. I know what that's like, trust me. And it didn't even take doing any kind of horrible drug like that for me to experience that. But I have experienced it. You're not alone. And you'll be amazed by how much your life will change once you take the step in the right direction. I believe in you. I love you. I support you. And fuck the haters. Guys, I appreciate you listening. I hope that you share this. And if you ever want to show your support, we could use the support. That's for sure. Go check out johnnyswarehouse.com. Buy something. Or maybe send us a donation. Donations would be really, really appreciated about right now. It really would help. Can't do the super chat. Don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, or else I'd do that. And try to get some help that way. But we got to reach 1,000. So I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing from day one. I'm going to start doing these motivational podcasts more often. Because in the end, I do feel in my heart it will pay off. I do feel we can reach that 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I do feel that there are some out there that believe in your heart to help support us. I'm not asking for thousands of dollars. What I'm asking is you to make a choice for everything we've been doing at the lounge. For you to decide down in your heart, what is it worth? And throw us a little donation here and there. Blue Wings, I love you. To the other mods out there, I love you. We're going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, so get set for that. I'm off. I got a 2-day. Wow, I've been off since, let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I've got a nice little vacay going. But then, wait a minute. Monday is, yeah. All right. So, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, guys. Go to, hopefully the website's not acting silly. Go to blindcommunity.org. Send us a donation that way. Or if you have PayPal, you can just send your donations to the email that's listed down below. That's the email we don't use. It's just a admin email account. And being, it's, an email I put out there so people could, send donations that way. If you got PayPal, that way we're not just putting out personal information. So you can send donations to that email, because in PayPal to ask you where you want to send it, you just put in the email that's listed down there and be good to go. Or you can just go to, you can go to loungingwithjohn.com. We have a button over there, I believe. If not, we will have. I'll fix it if the button's not showing up. But right now, working hard here at the lounge to try to get things, to do those upgrades we've been wanting to do. But if not, I'm not hating on nobody if they don't donate, but we'll see. Or just go buy if you got a teenager, go buy your teenager a hoverboard over at johnnyswarehouse.com. The link's right down below in the description. We got hoverboards, we got Mac computers, we got iPads and iPods and all kinds of stuff. Another big update coming in tomorrow. Blue Wings, you need to get in contact with me so we can set up a time so I can train you. This is at a point to where I really do need you, and I just not gotten with you here. But I know that you're there for me, and you're a good manager, and you've not had to do much here lately. But we'll change that, okay? So contact me. Blind Mama's Messy, my Blind Mama's Messy Kitchen. You guys go check her out. Great woman. Jerry, I love you. Amy out there, another great person. That's been downhill, but has a great mindset, has a great heart. Amy, I love you. I love all you guys out there. You guys are the best. We'll be going live tomorrow, okay? So, I love you guys. And remember, to all of you out there that's going through a situation, now is when you make the right choice. Contact information is below if you need someone to talk to. Bye-bye.